If you could swap with one of the characters that you have played just for a day for fun, who would it be?
Mm, I think, oh my goodness, it's a hard one.
So many good ones.
Definitely one of like the heiresses, someone
Yeah.
who's like rich, like someone who has a lot of money and comes from wealth. The first person I'm thinking of truly is Mia in I think Mia Ambrose was my character's name. That was the second vertical I ever did. It was Avenging Heiress Plunged into Darkness. I did it with Noah Fernley.
Yeah.
And in that one, even though I'm stabbed by my uncle, I'm accused of murder by my father and almost killed by him, and then I'm
Mm.
assaulted by someone who eventually turns out to be my biological dad, like I would remove
Ooh,
those three
yeah.
situations. But I think her life is like one big game of Clue, which I shouldn't say that because her mom dies in the beginning.
Oh,
But and she's like trying to find the murderer. But I do
yeah.
think that that was one of the strongest characters I've ever played. And I think after everything that she went through with her mother and her family accusing her of hurting someone she loved so much, and then as well having to like take over the company and yeah, just like falling in love all at the same time. Like I think that was a really great character
That's good. That's
to
good. Was there one that you least liked to play?
Oh, I can't. Even if I did, I don't know if I could say it. I think
No,
I
that's
feel
fair. That's fair. That's completely fair.
I
Yeah.
really am trying to think though. I mean, it's like character-wise, it's so hard because what really makes a lot of the characters for me is the set itself,
Yeah.
as well as the character.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, okay, I will say the character I would least want to be in real life is Daisy Evans in Don't Miss Me When I'm Gone, solely
Yes.
because she is tormented so terribly in Don't Miss Me When I'm Gone that I would never want to experience that. But she does have a
No.
great comeback in the end. But yeah, what
Yes.
she has to go through is pretty terrible. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's understandable. Okay.
yeah.
Um, what advice would you offer actors hoping to break into the vertical space?
I would suggest taking any role that you can find. Actors Access is a huge account for actors across the space. Outside of verticals as well, they do feature films and shorts and commercials, and some things are only available if you have representation. But if you get like a small fee subscription, you can submit yourself to a lot of vertical projects, um, even as just, and I say just in the sense of like how people think about them often when they see this, but like as day players, background, etc., supporting even because they're all, once again, as we mentioned earlier, like super crucial to the projects. Um, and then just sort of talking to people on set, like getting to know producers, sort of just like, as my acting teacher says, constantly being in practice is the best way. And being on set in any capacity is great practice. Even if you're a PA or you're, um, yeah, doing something that's, considered less
Minor. Yeah.
that's considered minor. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Um, yeah, just being on set, just keep staying on set and never give up, I think is a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good. Even if you're taking on just like a background character or something, you're still there and you're still
exactly,
doing it.
exactly. And it's really great to be on set and to, I mean, because of course the biggest part about acting is acting and
Yeah.
like committing yourself to a circumstance. But another huge part of it is knowing what to do on set and being able to conduct yourself and being able to hit your mark and to memorize your lines. And I think um, sometimes it's easier to grasp those actions when it's not so much pressure, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. It's like a
Yeah.
lead might, yeah,
You can just watch what other actors do and
of
learn
course.
ways and things like that as well. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, you think of Kristen Bell did this huge little song at the Emmys, I think it was, a couple years ago. I think it was the Emmys. I'm not for sure. But it was a whole song about like, so she did it to the tune of do you want to build a snowman? And she changed it to do you
Yeah.
want to be an actor? And she goes through all of these
Oh.
actors who are at the Emmys or have gotten Oscars or are really well known. And she does this whole song about like you could end up like this person in the background of the show. And then she like shows like Meryl Streep in the background of a feature film or something from like the 80s or 90s. Um
I need to look that up. Is it
yeah, it's
available to
great. It's
watch?
a really
Yeah.
great thing to watch. It's very inspirational. I really love it
Oh,
because
I'll
yeah,
definitely watch that.
talent is everywhere. And so people will notice those things. Don't go
Absolutely.
onto it expecting to get anything. Don't ever have expectations, but
Yes.
like have hope and dream and a passion for
Yes.
projects.
And
Yeah.
be confident. Just don't be too overconfident, so to
Yeah,
speak. Yeah.
definitely. Just like go into it and do what you do, you know? Like there's no right way to do acting. It's a practice
Yeah.
and um as long as it feels real and you feel good about performances, then that's all you can do and people will recognize
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Does social media and viewer feedback play a role in how you approach or reflect your characters?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've turned down projects before based on what I've been told by, sorry, just let me see if there's who was in my front yard. But um, I've turned down characters that I feel would be unfavorable to my audience, and to the people I have talked about verticals with and um, had personal details with in general. Because sometimes, like, the shock factor plays a huge role in these verticals, and sometimes they go a little too far with it, in my opinion. And I would never again shame an actor for doing what they need to do if you need, to get practice on set or you want to, um, or you need funds, like no judgment at all. But because I'm in a place where I can sort of decide what I want to do a lot of the time. Um, and I'm super grateful to be in that position and just grateful
Yeah.
for every role I'm offered. But um, I have to be true to myself as well. Like what I
Absolutely.
feel is right.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I understand, we see some, actors playing parts that we're just like, oh, why would you take on a role like that? Or, and sometimes like as the audience, we're like, oh, why would you, so some of the female people that I speak to don't like the extra large storylines. Um,
Mm,
and
yeah,
like, even though we don't like them, we don't look down on the people who do them
yeah.
because they're just doing a job, you know?
A check is a check sometimes. It truly is. And in this
Yeah,
industry, especially like when the hopes and the dreams are so high, like a lot of times, like it can be shifted to a different mindset. Like I think there's truth in most stories. Um, and it really just depends on how it's viewed and the time that you have also to like
yes,
take on a certain role. Um, some roles that feel offensive at first, you may look at them in a different light and be like, "Oh, I could see how this could actually be like a huge struggle, like being someone who maybe has like a memory loss
yeah,
and they don't know how to express these thoughts that they're having because there's something going on in their brain, you know?
yeah,
It's like, how would that feel as an actor? Like, do
mm,
you have the time to get into that? If I get asked to do a project like that tomorrow, I'm like, I don't have time to prepare for this. And that's such a
yeah,
huge thing to have to take on. I mean, that's such a nuanced idea. Um, so yeah, I mean, again, never judge anyone for anything. It just all has to feel what feels right for you.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that actually took me to my next question, which is, has acting, sorry, you've become a familiar face in like vertical dramas. What do you think vertical storytelling offers that traditional films don't or that may overlook?
Mm. I mean, generally, greater accessibility
Yeah.
to the stories. Not everyone has a laptop or a TV, but pretty much
Yeah.
everyone has a phone. And
Yes.
so I think that's a huge thing that verticals offer to audiences. Um, I think it provides an easy escape a lot of times, as like a lot of stories do. Um, even down to like the sexual stories sometimes. Like for a lot of people, that's something that they like, that just like
Yeah.
fills their soul. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
people read these like fairy books that have
Yeah.
the same amount of sexual content, if not more, than a lot of these
Mm.
verticals. And no one really like people bat an eye to it, but it's like it's what someone chooses to spend their time doing. And I
Yeah.
think it's not as pronounced, which is great.
Yeah.
And just beyond sexual like content as well, just stories in general, like
Yeah.
that.
Everybody
Make them
has their like niche, so to speak. So they like,
exactly.
yeah, they like
Yeah,
to watch certain things and it caters to a wide range of that.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Um, and I think for me, a lower pressure, fun experience where it can be about learning,
Yeah.
acting from an actor perspective, and trying characters that like you may have seen in movies and TV. Like a lot of people relate Quarterback Next Door to the You Belong With Me Taylor Swift music video. Um, and it's like that's a music video, but like it's Taylor Swift, and like she's playing that character in her music video. And so it's like if I ever was asked to be in that kind of music video, I have experience, like
Yeah.
it's the ability to play these roles in a setting that allows for experimentation and
Yeah.
fun from an actor perspective. And I think the audiences see that because
Yes.
the verticals that perform the best usually are the ones that people had the most fun making, and I will stand by
Yeah. It's
that.
it's more of a great atmosphere which creates a better product when you're all
Definitely.
having fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. Yeah.
Okay. What is the funniest thing to ever happen to you on set?
Funniest thing. Um, a lot of times it's just like reading a script and like running lines with someone in a scene. And sometimes like the story suddenly shifts to make it like romantic. Like I think there was one where um it was one I did with Jennings. It's on Short Max. And I just remember this is just an example, but like
Yeah.
these major shifts in emotion and personality sometimes to like push the story along can sometimes be jarring as an actor. And I think there was one I did with Jennings where he was like, "Oh, well, why don't like we are just like laughing about something like, oh, like blah blah blah, like do you want to get this for your mom? Like whatever. Like I bet like if like, your mom would love this." And I'm like, "I don't have a mom. She died." And then I get like really sad all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like because the episodes are so short, it's sometimes like that scenario and situation's not funny at all, but like it's like the sudden jump from like, oh, this
Yeah.
normal conversation, oh, and now it's really depressing and sad.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you got to jump
amount of
straight back
times
up
that
to
I've
like funny again. Because
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And it's nice when it has that balance, but it's like those have been the moments where I've laughed the hardest on set or when like it's something that you just like didn't expect and you're like, "Whoa, that came out and was like feels very abrupt." And
Yeah.
then that also leads to something fun because you're sort of like collaborating at that point with the writers or directors being like, "How can this feel more natural for me?" So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Well, I know that you don't have long to get like you don't get your scripts with a huge amount of time
Mhm.
to learn them. So what's the shortest amount of time you've had to learn a script?
Um, this one I just did in Atlanta for Viglu. I
Yeah.
was in Amsterdam 2 days before we started filming. Had no idea that I was going to be flying to Atlanta. I was just going to fly back to Los Angeles. And we started filming on a Thursday. I got a call on a Tuesday afternoon about it. Um, and then got sent the script, read through it super quick, like picked out whether I was okay with all the intimacy and the stunts and the story and the character, etc. Um, and then had to really dive into it on my plane ride over the next day on Wednesday. Um, so I'd say a day or
Mm.
two before. Yeah, I'm excited to see when that one comes out though, because I think that was the one where I similarly had a really great experience with our director, Audrey Dietz. She also directed Homeless Billionaire for Christmas on Real Short,
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
and
that's good.
which is a huge one. And so she's so talented, and she's like directed so many others and like worked on crew for others as well. And um, yeah, that one it was just like the perfect storm of the cast and the crew. So I'm
Oh,
excited for
that's good.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the term of like speaking of days that you shoot, do you prefer the longer verticals or the shorter ones?
In terms of filming days,
Yeah. Yeah.
longer, 100%. Oh my gosh, I would take a set that has like 30 days over one that's like 6 any day. Um,
Yeah.
you get more time with the characters, you get more time to know the people that you're with. Um, yeah, I think those reasons alone are great, are
Yeah.
are big for me.
Oh, that's good. All right.
Yeah.
I've got one more question for you.
Okay.
Which recent project challenged you creatively the most and how did you grow from that experience?
Mm, really good question. Um, I think Daisy Tucker in Mr. NYC really challenged me.
Love that one.
It's very
Yeah.
simple of a story, like a typical vertical storyline with the contract marriage and the CEO and, so on and so forth. But it was
Yeah.
a character. And Daisy was a character that probably the first character I've played in verticals in terms of like her having a personality that was slightly different from my own, because um from her like accent and her just overall way of like existing in the world, coming from like a background of horse riding and living on a farm and then moving to the big city with big dreams. And it inspired me to like pick up my guitar again, um to figure out this like transformation that she would have coming from like that farm life to living in a big city and like sticking true to herself while being in that. I think it's something that feels really simple, but definitely was a challenge sometimes.
That was a very good vertical. I really enjoyed that one.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it was a really fun one. And um, working with Richard and Jonah and Rachel, um, Emily, Jenny Lynn, all these people, like they
Mhm.
all did such a great job. And I think it helped me really get into the character more because we all felt very like present with each other, I think.
And you got to ride a horse in the city.
Exactly. I know. I got to ride a horse up in the hills of like, I guess not Los Angeles. I forget what that area is called. It's like north or east of Los Angeles, like towards the mountains,
Okay.
where like most of the horses are. And then um getting to ride it in like Hollywood too, in a parking lot. Like that was another thing. It's just like
Mhm.
riding a horse in general. Like
Yeah.
I have done horseback riding for fun before and for like tourism.
Yeah.
Um, you know, but I've never done it. I've never galloped on a horse. This was my first time. So it was a
And
learning
now you get to
experience.
do it for work. Yeah.
Exactly. It's such a fun life. Such a fun life
Yeah.
I live.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go, is there anything else that you would like to say to anybody before we leave?
I said this already, but just thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, my DMs are always open. Feel free to reach out. And I love talking to everyone who loves my projects, and hearing your thoughts and talking openly about them. I think collaboration in all forms is very important. Um, yeah, just thank you. And thank you, Kathy. I mean, seriously, thank you for carving out this time for me. I know you have a busy schedule and
So do
just
you. So do you.
having
So
such a
thank you.
real conversation with me. It's so nice to talk deeply about things. And I feel like
No,
we did that. And so I'm very
thank you. Me too. I
grateful.
appreciate you taking the time.
Yes.
Yay.
So many different ways
I
you can
can't do
go
it that
here.
way.
You like
Yeah.
this
My
or this.
kids do all these funny looking ones. I can't do them all.
I know. I always go with this.
Yeah. I got
Sometimes I still
yeah,
have trouble
that
saying
works.
the hard, but I see it. Like I get
Yeah, I get it.
it.
Yeah. All right, love. Well, you have a fantastic day and thank you again for this interview and giving me some of your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Okay, bye everyone. Be sure to look out for my new projects. I guess I will say this also. I have
Yep.
two coming out on Viglu soon, and then one coming out on Drama Pops soon as well. And then there may be some other work, but of all the ones that I've done so far, those are the three that have not yet been released. So keep an
We'll
eye
look
out.
out for them. Yes, we will definitely look out for them. And then you'll
Thank
have
you.
to send me the oh, what was it that you were sending me? I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Kristen Bell
that's it. Yes.
video. Yes, I will
Yes.
send you that.
Thank you.
All
All
right.
right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, love.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.